Part 1. Learn how to trust yourself in order to dare to try new things, trust others, and embrace your mistakes. Do you trust him? I don't trust her. You can trust me. Why is it so hard for so many of us to trust ourselves and others? In order to answer that question, we need to rewind the tape back to the tribal era and understand the chain of events which caused the majority of modern humans to stop trusting themselves. Let's begin. At the time, the individual's identity was clear from a young age, either to do what his father and grandfather did or to bring forth his or her natural-born skill. By doing so, the individual generated an added value for the entire tribe. The added value was their distinct skill. In return, the individual won a priceless reward: a strong sense of belonging, certainty and safety, and an ultimate platform to leave one's authentic mark, the basic universal need of humankind. In other words, the individual trusted himself while also enjoying the trust of his tribe members. A sense of belonging, high degree of certainty, a feeling of safety, and being able to bring forth natural-born skills yield trust. What we can learn so far from the tribal people is that when our needs are met, we can trust ourselves and our surroundings. Safety and the sense of belongings are the first building blocks of trust. Thus, you want to first create a safe and non-judgmental environment, both within yourself and in your workplace. Then you want to reach a sense of belonging by feeling a part of a modern tribe, be that a book club, sailing club, or computer group. What matters is to feel a sense of belonging in the group. Now, let's press forward on our timeline and pause it in the Renaissance era. In those days, humans began defining themselves through their personality, financial status, and achievements. As humans distanced themselves from their resources, they also detached themselves from nature, which became external in perception. Slowly, their mind became externally oriented and thus distant from their senses and their instincts as part of their ongoing decision-making process. Logical thinking, the type of thinking which loves arguments, reasoning, and facts, became more and more rooted. Slowly but surely, the emotional part of the brain had been cleared off the perceptual podium speak to the thinking part. Down the stream, the selfie will be born. Consequently, the modern man is focused on acquiring information and knowledge from external resources, such as books, articles, or online lectures, and less oriented into sharpening his internal wisdom, such as intuition, senses, and emotions. Thus, it is no surprise that the modern human prioritizes thoughts over feelings, and he validates his moves via facts and sensors rather than through intuition and senses. For example, once we used to feel our body get tired or heart rate elevate after a workout, right? We would feel the need to stop. Now you can be dictated by a smartwatch to know the exact moment you used to feel. Because of his growing reliance on screens and technology, he is also less aware of his surroundings and engaged with a selfie state of mind. For example, today we use GPS navigation applications instinctively, while in the past we used to interact, ask for directions, and maybe even get a date for dinner that way. Over time, humans became more self-focused. Slowly and surely, the tribal holistic perception of the ancient man had been replaced by the analytical and hierarchy-based one. Consequently, the modern man's self-esteem deteriorates and his trust declines, while the need to control rises. This historical journey has taught us that we must restore some areas that have been neglected and hold the formula for increased trust. The remaining two building blocks of trust are listening to your gut feeling and being aware of your emotions, and connect to your senses via mindfulness practices. Let's get inspired by high-performing individuals and creative leaders who follow the 4 building blocks of trust. Let's learn how to create a daring environment within ourselves. Let's find your tribe.